Hey everyone, I know a lot of people have this question that come to us, especially first-time home buyers, about whether they should have an HOA or move into a place that has an HOA or doesn't have an HOA. There is no right or wrong answer. It's kind of whatever best suits your needs and what you're looking for. And then after you own a home for the first time, people tend to say, okay, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm not looking for, both in the house and in the neighborhood. The reason why people like HOAs, true or not true, but this is kind of what we've heard from buyers or just homeowners kind of in general. I like an HOA because it helps keep up my property values. They will make sure that the neighbors, mow their lawn theoretically, bring their trash cans in. There's not a broken car stuck in the street for 17 months. People aren't putting their camper in the driveway or their boat in the driveway or whatever. Like we hear a lot of those things. And most places that have an HOA tend to come with amenities, which is probably the biggest thing people love to have if there's a community pool in there or anything along those lines. So just keep that in mind. That's kind of the breadth of why people like it and the big thing is people really like them is one, they're keeping my property values up a little bit more because people will have to keep their properties nicer. And then two, that probably comes with amenities. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. The people who don't like HOAs is kind of for the opposite. There's no cost. If we know normally when you have an HOA, it's $30, $40, $50 plus a month. Most average we see is between $25 and $32 a month is what you see right now in our area in the suburbs here. So without an HOA, people will like it because they don't have to spend any money on it. You can do whatever you want. If you have a boat, you don't have to go pay for put boat out in storage in another place, and so you get to save money on that. You can build whatever you want to do. And then, people will say, well, they'll keep up and they'll do what they want to do, but it's the freedom to do with your property almost whatever you want to do. Sometimes there's still restrictions out there that come from the county. You may not be able to have roosters and that kind of stuff unless you're kind of in a certain area, but, or a certain livestock or, those kind of things. But for the most part, you can bring in whatever you want to do. So you have the freedom to work on your car and leave it out there while you're working on it. You have the freedom of, parking your boat or your camper in the driveway, having things on the street, whatever it might be. So depending on what kind of personality type that you're looking for, that's kind of the pros and cons, I guess, on both sides.